My husband and I live in a nice, upper-class home, which I bought under my name, in a quaint little village by the seaside. I'm a career woman in my 40s. I inherited some money, which allowed me to buy a boutique. But I have some worries. I can't sleep at night. I'm a sleepwalker, so they tell me. I walk arms a little outstretched, with a blank look in my eyes. Sometimes I'm gesticulating to myself. One time, in the middle of winter, I went knocking on my neighbor's door in my nightgown, walking slowly and not feeling a thing. When he opened the door, I had my arms opened, like offering myself. That came as a shock to him, I can tell you. I am successful in my business. Actually, I make more money than my husband. I go around the corridors of our house, looking around, checking closets and drawers. Sometimes, I just displace objects. Nothing as far-fetched as walking on the rooftop, mind you. It's pretty harmless, if you ask me. Another time, I walked right in my elderly housemate's room and started going through her drawers, like they were mine. Fran was a good friend. But I had woken her up and she was stupefied. She caught me going through her things. My main worry is that my husband is unfaithful to me. Although he denies it, I know he sees other women in town, many other women. That keeps him very, very busy. I followed him a few times. There's no doubt he was with those women. I even confronted him about it. But of course he denied everything. He tells me about business appointments when I know it's otherwise. It must be hard to sync up all the lies he tells me and keep a straight face. I don't know how he does it, but now I've had it. I still love him, but I can't stand his philandering anymore. It tears me apart, depriving me of sleep. I know he's not going to change. And the weird thing is, the more unfaithful he is to me, the more I love him. It's a vicious circle. So lately, I started thinking of killing him. Not mainly as revenge, but to alleviate the terrible heartache. At least with him dead, he won't be able to hurt me anymore. As an excuse, I'll just say I was sleepwalking when I killed him. Denial of responsibility. Who knows? I probably won't do any jail time. Weirder things have happened in the legal system. One night, I had decided to do sort of a rehearsal to see if I could do it. I was brushing my teeth when I heard his car approaching. He saw me in the window as he was getting out of his car, like he knew I was waiting for him. I heard him going up the stairs. He popped his face in my bedroom window, like I knew he would do. And I somewhat pretended indifference when I acknowledged him. We half smiled at each other. I waved. He responded with one of his grand, farcical salutes. We really didn't have anything to say to each other. We were playing a game. I didn't feel he really wanted me, even though I wanted him. I wasn't gonna let him touch me under the circumstances. So we were living in separate bedrooms. His was in the attic. That's where he did his thing, whatever it was. Officially, he was unemployed. We agreed when I bought the house that we would pay the mortgage together, but he never seemed to come up with any money. When we first met 3 years ago, he was a promising accountant in a big firm, but then he quit his job. And now he's into some shady dealings like drug smuggling once in a while. He might be on drugs himself, but he doesn't tell me anything about it. I'm afraid he's going to bring some heat on us. He tells me it's only temporary until he makes it. Yes, he has artistic pretensions. He's into music with some friends. He's even recorded an album. He tells me he's going to be big. I'm afraid I married a dreamer. I really don't know what he wants from me anymore. I don't know why he's living with me. I can't kick him out. I'm too emotionally dependent. I could hear his footsteps on the floor above. I was in turmoil over the decision to do away with him. Then suddenly, I came down to get some food from the kitchen. I'd been too overwhelmed to predict him coming down. The door was half opened. I was almost crawling on the floor from the torment. Yes, it was up to that point. I was literally torn apart. And I inadvertently let him see me in that humiliating condition. Now he was down in the kitchen. He's 8 years younger than me, and he eats a lot when he's here. Like I said, he's away often, either with his musician friends or his lovers. To reaffirm, I suppose, a pretension of independence. I shut the door on him when he came back up. He went back upstairs and went to sleep. I watched TV for a while. and I couldn't help but surreptitiously go up to check on him. He was sleeping like a baby. That night, I didn't really think I was ever going to have the nerve to kill him. About a week later, I was daydreaming in front of the TV when I heard the back door open and close. I went to look. He was going up a neighbor's stairs and going in the house. I knew that neighbor. By the way she opened the door without him even knocking, I knew he wasn't going there by chance. That got me really suspicious. That incident gave me the audacity to snoop on his emails on our office computer. He had an account of which I had gathered the password, but never had the nerve to use. Things I saw. In crude terms, he was telling one of his lovers how I had become a nuisance to him, and how he was figuring out, because of my sleepwalking, a way to get at my money by certifying me insane. He talked about consulting a lawyer or a psychiatrist to see if that was legally possible. After learning this, I made quite a scene. From then on, for me, there was no more hesitation. That clenched it. I grabbed the revolver he bought me from a drawer. It was about 4 a.m. My decision was made. Just had to consolidate my resolve. I put the revolver in a handbag. To give me an alibi, I had decided to pass through the housemaid's room so she could testify that I was sleepwalking. Had to take my precautions legally. Then I was going to the attic to shoot him point blank. But there was yet a little surprise coming to me. When I came in Fran's room, he was cozily in bed with her. My own geriatric personal maid. That's the last thing I expected to see. That was beyond the pale. Right then and there, I just pulled the trigger 4 times in a row. Then I woke up.